Sure. Thanks a lot. And thanks for taking the question. I'm going to ask again about this Bitcoin and El Salvador thing and something on Cameroon. Since we last spoke, which I guess was 2 weeks ago, the president of El Salvador has said, they'd like outside support, but they can go forward without it. And said the proponents of cryptocurrency have sort of said that institutions like the IMF maybe are being negative because they want to stay relevant. So I just want to give you an opportunity to sort of explain more your concerns and to say where things stand with El Salvador. And on Cameroon, there are these calls to more specifically condition the IMF program on anti-corruption, not just have an audit, but particular levels of accountability, maybe human rights issues. And I wanted to know what exactly are the sort of specifics of what the IMF is going to do to make sure that this missing $335 million doesn't just disappear into the ether. Thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you, Matthew. Good to see you. On El Salvador, I don't have a great deal more to tell you beyond what I said the last time, which is that adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender raises, in our view, a number of macroeconomic, financial, and legal issues that require careful analysis. We are following up developments, and our consultations with the authorities continue as we speak. The discussions between our staff and the authorities in El Salvador on potential support from the IMF. Those discussions are continuing, and we'll have a bit more to say once they conclude. But essentially, I'm giving you the same position on the Bitcoin issue. I'm giving you the same position that I stated a couple of weeks ago. On Cameroon, Matthew, the IMF, we're certainly aware of the recent investigation the Cameroonian authorities have launched on the use of the two emergency loans disbursements. The two emergency disbursements that our board approved last year for Cameroon to help them, as we helped 80 some other countries address the COVID-19 pandemic. And we've been saying consistently that countries should spend to fight the pandemic, but keep the receipts and, in fact, check the receipts. So it's very important for us that accountability and transparency are upfront in this process. They don't take the back seat. And we have agreed on specific measures to strengthen governance and reduce vulnerabilities to corruption. And these include, including in the case of Cameroon, the publication of the results of public procurement and beneficial ownership of companies receiving procurement contracts, the issuance of a report on COVID-19 spending, and an independent audit of this spending and the publication of its results. So we're engaged with the Cameroonian authorities and indeed other stakeholders on how best to support their efforts. And the whole objective, of course, is to save lives and livelihoods in Cameroon and elsewhere. Just another point, Matthew, since you mentioned it, we received the letter from the women leaders in Cameroon, and we have responded by reiterating some of these measures that we have in place that are aimed at strengthening governance and reducing vulnerability to corruption. And furthermore, we're looking to meet with representatives of those women leaders, just as we often do here at the IMF in our visits to countries, with civil society and other stakeholders in the country. So we look forward to that meeting with the women leaders. It's certainly something we take seriously.